The Canadian housing market is slowly becoming beyond competitive. As more and more people are immigrating to Canada, the population is continuing to increase. This is forcing competition for houses, as there is only a certain amount available. In 2013, there was a 10% increase in the value of houses. Is the Canadian housing market going to crash? In recent years, some economists and international organizations have described Canada's housing market amongst the priciest in the world, based on historical averages and other metrics. The first graph attached shows the average housing prices in Canada from 1980 to 2012. In 1980, the average cost of a house in Canada was about $60,000. The average cost of a house in 2012 was about $375,000. Overall, the average housing prices is 8 times bigger than it was in 1980. This shows that there is a steady increase in the value of Canadian houses. As the Canadian economy is in a boom, the banks have low interest rates. This gives incentive for consumers to borrow, leading to consumers buying houses as they would have more money. If the economy were in a recession, interest rates would be high, leading to little to no people borrowing from the bank and therefore not buying houses. Currently, houses that are extremely popular and high in demand are the homes that price from about $500,000 to $1 million. This is because they can be the most accommodating for people, as it can be affordable and satisfying. People would most likely have to get a mortgage, meaning when someone is unavailable to pay for the whole house when they purchase it, they receive a mortgage, which lets them pay for the house slowly over years with interest rates. But with a steady job, they can pay back the mortgage eventually. Houses over $1 million are slowly decreasing in demand because they can be hard to pay for so much at once or in stages. The second graph shows the value of the Canadian dollar in the past 4 years. The trends of the value seem to go in a similar shape of the business cycle, with a short continuing rise in the dollar since September 2013. The value of the Canadian dollar is 1.12 to 1 US dollar. The dollar value plays a big part in the housing market. Since houses are extremely expensive, fluctuations in the value of the dollar fluctuate the prices of the houses. Also, lots of changes in the value affect consumers when paying back mortgages. As well, the value of the dollar plays a big part with consumers. Most things in life are associated with money, such as jobs, food, and entertainment. If the dollar value were high, then workers would make more money at their occupations but would spend more money on goods and services due to increased pricing. The dollar value affects how consumers spend their money, meaning if and where they spend it, or if they decide to put money in the bank and save it.
Canadian consumers remained remarkably steadfast in their determination to achieve home ownership in 2013, fueling residential real estate sales and average price nationally to a 5-year high, despite a spotty regional performance. According to the Canadian Housing Market Outlook report released today by RE/MAX, improved economic performance on both a national and global stage, combined with historically low interest rates and rising consumer confidence, should spark greater strength in 2014. The report found the number of homes sold is expected to match or exceed 2012 levels in almost 2/3 of the markets in 2013, led by strong activity in British Columbia, including Vancouver and Kelowna, which were both up 10%. The forecast for 2014 shows the upward trend gaining momentum, with values expected to climb yet again in 92% of the markets. Strength and stability are forecast to characterize Canadian real estate in 2014. Sales estimates should be on par or above year-ago levels in all markets examined. Nationally, an estimated 466,000 homes will change hands in 2013, an increase of 3% over sales recorded in 2012. Sales are expected to climb a further 2% by year-end 2014. The average price of a Canadian home is forecast to appreciate 4% to $380,000 in 2013.
If housing prices continue to drastically increase, most people would still buy houses, as shelter is a necessity in life. It would just affect how expensive of a house they would purchase. Another deciding factor of house buying is mortgage rates and the interest rates associated with the mortgage. Many predictions have been made about how the Canadian housing market will be in the next few years. Most say that there will be high levels of house purchases, but it will overall tend to slow down as the demand for houses of first-time buyers would decrease and there would be fewer houses available and high mortgage rates. Overall, Canada has a unique housing market due to high levels of population and the standard of living.